Yo, what's up? Tis I, Enigmon. I'm playing Genshin Impact. Well, I mean, technically, we'll be playing just for a little bit. Sorry for the low. Was my neck broken? I got interrupted slightly. Sorry about that. But what the fuck happened to my neck? What was that? Okay. Let me quickly do. Where's my thing? There it is. Okay. We're good. And yeah, we're gonna be playing for a little bit. And then we're gonna be reading, which I don't know if it counts as playing, honestly. But, maybe. We're gonna do Stygian, though. Stygian got reset. We're just gonna do the hard mode, because who gives a fuck about going further? I don't, is the answer, but... yeah. I don't know... Do I know what the bosses are? I know the gecko thing is in here. I don't remember anything else, but the gecko should be chill because I have to buy. I mean, the hard mode is easy as fuck, so it's not like I need to worry about anything, but... We have gecko. Oh, this guy, ew. Oh, ew. What, ew. I don't like these. Okay, let's just do it on hard mode. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do gecko. Where's to buy? Boom. This will be quick work, you know. Where's the music?
Strike a pose.
Why are we playing Navla music during a North Prime boss? Oh. New ult. There we go. Oh. Oh. Oh.
The sky's clear. The glaze moon shines. Like the dust.
The gecko's hitboxes, like his attacks, just sometimes miss you even if you don't do anything. I don't know why the fuck this boss is just so bad and damaging you, but it's weird. You can just sit there and he won't hit you sometimes. Let's see, what do I want? Do I want the new thing? I wish I knew what Nicole will use. Actually, we might be due for a new revived set, actually. Although, would we be? Yeah, actually we might. Yeah, we always get 3 domains for... Oh, but we'll need to get a new area. I don't know if they would do 2 new areas in a row. Though now that I think about it, we have to get 2 areas in a row at some point. Because we're currently in like the point... Are we in 0.5? It's Luna 6, so it's a 0.5. So there's 3 more patches coming out, right? But we still need 1 more Notcry expansion and the summer patch. And then obviously Snezhnaya comes out. So at some point, there will be 2 areas in a row. They could do it now, then have a break, and then summer patch and Snezhnaya. Or they can have a break now and then have 3 in a row, which would be weird. So maybe we would get a new area next patch. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what Nicole does, like... Does Nicole have a moon wheel? Wait, I'm gonna quickly go to Twitter. Wait, give me 1 second. Because if Nicole has a moon wheel, then maybe she just uses the basic Notcry set. It would be really nice if my Twitter actually loaded. Okay, Genshin Impact. Let me check the drip marketing real quick. Where is Nicole? Here. That's the wrong tweet. Wait. No, she has a vision, not a moonwheel. Oh, I guess she's pyro. We don't have a pyro lunar reaction. Then I have no fucking idea. She could be Hexarray. She is a part of the Hexen circle. You know what? Yeah, let's just keep the one that I have on. Why not? Yeah, no. Nah. Okay. Next we gotta do this guy. Oh wait, yeah, I need to get a team. Probably Chaska. Chaska breaks this guy the fastest. Even though my Chaska isn't very strong. She doesn't have to be for this difficulty.
Let's light it up! Illusion shattered! Locked on!
Okay, he is way weaker than the previous Gecko.
Off we go!
Ow. What the fuck? Bennett is almost dead, dude. He probably will go in the middle now. He's very low, so... Yeah. Predictable.
Take me up! Locked on! Bullseye! Fire in the hole!
Okay, that went quicker. Weird. Okay, what do we get? No. Wait, actually, what was... Nah. Ooh, that's kind of nice. Okay. Alright, and now what? Hera. Okay, we will use Nefer. Let's go. Holy fuck. Already half HP, dude. I didn't even do anything yet.
Leave this place. By the frost. Share my knowledge.
Oh my god, Nefer is insane. I love this character, dude. Holy fuck. No. Probably not. Okay. Well, that's it for Stygian. How long was that? 8 minutes with an interruption, so that's like no time. Okay. That's pretty cool. Oh, 450 primos. Let's go. We'll love to see those. How are our Nicole funds? Okay, that's over 100 pools. That's pretty nice. It's pretty good. I don't know how many exactly. I don't know math. 108. Plus we have 6. Okay, so we have 114. That's pretty good. We will still get a couple in this patch. Yeah, I think we're getting the call for sure. Where do we want to read? You know what? I know where we can read. Let's go to here. Yeah, that's a good reading spot. It is a library after all. Is there like a nice place to sit down? I dig this place. There we go. This is where these books are fucking huge, by the way. What the fuck? I never noticed. What the fuck? How do you even read something like this? Holy shit, dude. It's like over half of Skirk. Dude, what the fuck? Alright, but what we're reading today is... we have two books. Two of them. We will be reading... we'll read this. A Brief History of the Pale Starborn. Because I haven't read it yet. It came out during the last Notcra expansion, I believe. So I'm kind of behind this. And we got 2 new volumes for this book, Vara's Melancholy, which as far as I know has been in the game for a really long time, yet I have not read it. So we will read all 12 volumes today, which will be quite fucking lengthy. Oh my god. Yeah, but we're gonna do the shorter one. We're gonna do the newest thing. Yeah, also quite lengthy. We will see how that goes. Also, if any of these books is written in like some fucking proper old book style, I will not get over half of whatever the fuck they're saying. Cause yeah, I already see a word saying tithings. Is that a typo or is it a real word? I have no idea. I have no fucking clue, but we'll see. Anyway, I will quickly drink some water and we'll get into this. I am pretty sure the cover of this book has like a fae on it. So it could be fae related, maybe? Or Snezhnaya in general, or Hyperborea, or whatever the fuck. Anyway, let's read it. In the 3rd year of the 428th cycle. Oh, okay. That is the 76th year after Emperor Monomax Snezhny. Fuck, I'm not good with Russian names. Raised the imperial capital. 100. What does this number mean? What does this number mean? Okay, upon the frozen earth. The emperor dispatched envoys onto the fiefs? What the fuck is fiefs? What in the hell is a fief? Okay, the fiefs of the villa, and said unto them, to whom do you offer tribute? They answered unto King Mstislav. And the imperial emissaries said unto them, do so no longer, for they demand unlovely tribute. And the villa did seize their tithings, whatever that means. I assume tithings then means something to do with Link. With, I don't know, worship or whatever the fuck. What are these numbers though? What does this mean? Actually, there's another number here. What do these mean? They just show up in like random in between sentences. Like in the middle of a sentence, you just have a number. Okay. The 4th year of this cycle, nothing happened. The 5th year, also nothing happened. That's cool. Okay, in the 6th year of the 428th cycle, King Mstislav spoke to his people, his kin and his confederates, accusing the Pale Star court of breaking the standing peace agreement. The Pale Star currently, I feel like the only use of this is like the highest order given by the Tsarita is like the Pale Star Edict. That's what they call it. I don't know if it means anything else. I mean, it's a court, but who knows? Who knows if this is even real? It's a book. Who knows how much of this is real? He demanded that the emperor pay tribute for 10 years. The grain of 600 granaries, and gold to fill 30 storehouses, and sufficient slaves to transport such bounty. This was 30 times the amount that had been demanded of the villa. The emperor rejected this ultimatum, and both sides prepared for war thereafter. Once again, random number. What do these mean? The emperor said, to sacrifice ourselves for the homeland is honorable. Let our comrades in this be our swords and our love. Our enemies proclaim peace, for they wish to stir up war. Should we shamefully give in to them? Meaning the Vol Kodlak. Oh wait, I read about this somewhere. It might be another book. I read something off stream. I don't know what. These are like fucking werewolves. It's I think it's a type of fae that is just like a werewolf. That's what it seemed like from the thing I read. At least. They didn't use the word werewolf, but like the guy turned into like a wolf-like being, so I assume it's kind of like that. Our sons and daughters shall face war greater still. Thus, let us fight bravely for our survival. Let us taste the honeyed wine of victory. Or let us make ourselves a glorious oblation. Bro, these words. What are these numbers? I don't understand. Okay. In the 7th year of the same cycle, King Mstislav, I don't know, launched an assault upon... What the fuck? What the fuck? How do I even... Whatever, upon this place. At the head of the great host, the Mstislavi clans marched with him, as did the people of... Oh my god, what the fuck? Bro, I'm gonna die when I get to Snezhnaya. What are these names? Nihol Marnir. Sure. Each of these have numbers. Huh. Daleguard and Cernareka. Bro, I thought Snezhnaya would be easy. It might be the worst one to reach. Actually, no. Nothing tops Natlan in terms of difficult things to pronounce. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm looking at all of the dragon people. I'm looking at their fucking names. That shit is incomprehensible. And their numerous servants. I hope we learn what these numbers mean at the bottom or something. They keep going up though. 3 times the armies clashed at this place, in the foothills, at the frozen lake and on the plains. The emperor slew King Mstislav and many princes who followed him. Grand Duke Seriviki was fortunate to escape with his life, but both Grand Dukes Skoldurter and Vodyanoi were pierced by the emperor's spear. Did you see these names? Like, this seems vaguely Russian, but this reminds me of like the Nordic names, right? I don't know. I may be wrong. Okay, they were pierced by the emperor's spear and slain. In his mercy and love, the emperor sought their bodies out and had them returned to their clans for burial. The emperor said thus, they were not kings nor born of sacred blood. Another number. Never were they meant for rulership. Yet heir to the pale star and protector of all Fae am I. Thus did the remaining clans of the Fae seek an audience with him, and thus did he gain the authority to govern them. From that day forth, he named himself, oh, the Bailey Tsar. Ooh, okay. Okay, so the ruler of Snezhnaya was this King Mstislav, right? And then he went to the war with this emperor guy. So it was, I assume this was like a war between like humans and Fae? Right, so the Bailey Tsar is a Fae. Okay, that's interesting. I don't think we knew that. So that's kind of cool. Okay. The number went down to 27. We had 27 here. Wait, so the Imperial capital had 27 on it. And then this has 27 on it. Oh wait, are these might be annotations. Oh, wait, okay. Oh fuck, that's gonna be so fucking annoying. Okay. Oh no. Okay, so this place was the first, so the capital was this place. Okay. Was the first city in all of Snezhnaya. This imperial capital was built after the custom of the Fey ancestors, remaining the center of power over the frozen lands from the 4th year of the 417th cycle. What are these fucking cycle things? I doubt they mean like Teyvat cycles, because we know Teyvat's history is very cyclical. I doubt they mean that, because they're not supposed to know about the cycles. Everybody like forgets shit, right? It's like a complete reset of stuff. I don't know what the fuck they mean by a cycle. Well, either way, that is the year of its founding, until His Majesty the Emperor, in his boundless mercy and grace, pardoned humanity and gave them membership of his realm, moving his seat to Snezhnograd. Okay, so it seems like it was a war between humans and Fae, but the Tsar was like chill, and he let humans stay while he moved the capital to like a different place. Okay. So this is about the king then, right? He had this annotation, right? 120, yeah, okay, so I assume this always says what it's about. Known in the Volkov Chronicles as the Blood Devourer. Is there a book? Oh, maybe not. The great ruler of all Volkonland. So he was wait. Maybe it wasn't between humanity and Fae. Because if he was this, that would make him a Fae as well. Okay, the Wise Blood Drinker. The master of the Misislavi Alliance. According to the Volkodlak under his command, King Misislav was a hulking figure, standing out even upon great battlefields like a mighty mountain. As such, he was also known by Fae chroniclers as Gorin or Son of the Mountain. Okay. Oh, this means mountain? That's just like Polish. No, almost, but okay. Good to know. I feel like I need to fucking throw these random guesses for some words. Because I obviously know Polish, and some words sometimes overlap, but not always. That's why I don't really want to guess what stuff means in Russian, because I could very much be wrong. But sometimes I could be right. It's very annoying. Okay. The term lovely. What was that? Oh, demand unlovely tribute. Okay, it's in this. The term lovely, as pointed out in the theory of Fey language, can also be translated in our modern context as beneficial, lovable, or endearing. That's a lot of different meanings. It should be evident that these words meant rather similar things in those days. The meaning of the Emperor's envoy's words, therefore, should be understood to mean their demand for tribute from you is undesirable, or perhaps unbeneficial to you. Some scholars have as such interpreted the envoy's words as a veiled threat. For more relevant information, as well as the precise semantic scope of this term, please refer to the discussion found within the theory of Fey language. You know what this reads like? It reads like the Genshin wiki, but like worse. Because like on the Genshin wiki, you can like hover over the annotation and it will tell you. But here you actually gotta scroll down. It's, oh my god, this is bad, man. Okay. 130. Even to the eye of the later generations, Misislavi, the realm established by the wise amongst the Volkodlak, was entirely preposterous in its accusations against the Pale Star's royal court. Oh, okay, so would the Pale Star be like the place from the Tsar? And then these guys were the... Okay. So it was war between these and the Pale Star, which was the Tsar's like group. Okay. Not necessarily humans versus Fae. Okay. Yet the accusations were not wholly unreasoned. Or rather, King Mstislav... sure. I don't know how to like pronounce this in the way they spell here. Like, I know what this name is, but I don't know how to read it like in English, so I'm just guessing. King of the Volkodlak, whose kingdom bore his name, sought to provoke war for a truer purpose. That is, his fear of the Pale Star Court's rise since the previous conflict. Under Emperor Monomach, the alliance centered around Kietzesgard developed an entirely new character over the course of the century. It rapidly advanced both in economy and governmental structure to allow Emperor Monomach to gain the upper hand in this tug of war was anathema? What does anathema mean? To King Mstislav. Thus began the war that would ultimately shape the destiny of this continent shrouded in silver snow. Damn, they call Snezhnaya a whole ass continent? God damn. I need to say this actually. I wish Snezhnaya is gonna be fucking huge. I wanna go back to like fucking Sumeru sized maps. I don't care if it takes me fucking 20 hours to fully explore the fucking place. It's fun, okay? The only reason why I always complain about Sumeru is not because of its size, it's because fucking 90% of it is just desert that looks the same. That was my gripe with Sumeru. It was never about the size. It was just that it looks the fucking same. Because there is very few things you can do about the desert to make it look different. And well, it didn't in Genshin. It was just the same thing. Putting a big ass sand nado in the middle of an area doesn't make it any different, okay? Yeah. It wasn't even about layered map. Although the layered map definitely is very hype and helped a lot. It's just the fact that it looks the same. It's big and it looks the same. If they combined the design of like Natlan or Non-Cry, where you have like these very distinct areas that are a part of just one region, but make them bigger and like implement that as Snezhnaya, that would be like the perfect thing for exploration in Genshin. Like you could not make it any better than that. I really hope they go with that. I really want something big to explore, you know? That'd be really cool. These guys were called like of bovine aspect. Oh, wait, okay, so maybe Volkodlaks are not like werewolves, they're just people that can transform in general. Yeah, because here you have them with wolf-like appearances. Okay, so I assume then they're not werewolves, they're shapeshifters. That's what they are. Okay. That makes sense then. Okay, that's cool. So we have shapeshifters. But it seems like animal shapeshifters. It's kind of like a, you know, turning from human to one specific animal rather than just, you know, in general shapeshifting into whatever. Okay, that's cool. Alright, so we have bovines. We have Dalegarn, we're kind of water imps. That's cool. Then we had the wolf people. So these would be literal werewolves then. Primary military retainers. Wait, what is this about? 134. Oh, just servants. Okay, sure. Okay, King Mstislav took personal command in these 3 large-scale battles against the Emperor. Legend has it that driven by despair in that final battle, he sought to use the power of the Shadow Realm. What do you mean? Wait, use the power of the Shadow Realm? Did they play Yu-Gi-Oh during the war? What the fuck are we talking about here? To delay the advance of the Pale Star Court's forces. Are they saying that the guy like had abyssal powers, or is the Shadow Realm something else in this context? This shit needs annotation. I don't know what the fuck the Shadow Realm is. You can't just throw it in here. Okay. Though this measure failed to turn the tide, it did have an impact on the Emperor's future decisions. Please refer to a history of the Stygian expedition for detailed records of said 3 battles. I wouldn't be surprised if these books that they are mentioning here will come out with Snezhnaya. But we'll see. Okay. It is worth noting that out on the flank, the Stygian Legion had received orders from King Mijislav to pursue and prevent Imperial forces from uniting. Yet they were mysteriously misled by the icy fog that day. Misjudging the route of advance, they missed their opportunity to strike and could not prevent the Imperial forces from linking up. This ultimately caused the defeat of Mieczyslav's forces in a head-on clash. This incident has been recorded by a great many historians, but the cause of the sudden shift in the weather remains unknown. Well, I wish they used like how many years ago this was, because if the Tsar already had the Gnosis, and it's because they say it's like an icy fog, you know, the Archons absolutely could control the weather. In fact, that's what the Caribbean did. He had the giant storm around Old Mondstadt. They just can't do that. They have enough power to control the weather like that. So, yeah. Okay. King Mieczysław was eventually slain when the Emperor's spear pierced through his head. It is said... through his head? Whoa, with a spear? Fuck. It is said that the bear-shaped skull, large as a chariot, now housed the Zapolnarny Palace, or treasury, still bears the marks left by that spear. They took his head as a trophy? Whoa, that's kind of wicked. Okay. Yeah, and by the way, this means like the palace is beyond the what the fuck do you call it? The North Pole. There we go. Yeah, it's like, so it's very north essentially is what it means. Okay, Sherry Viki, the Great Wolf, the Grey Wolf, the Volkov Chronicles record. Oh, so the Volkov? Oh, so the Chronicles record. Okay, so, okay. Ruler of Sirnareka, a cunning wolf, known for his agility, said to have engaged in clandestine dealings early in the war with Porphyry, the minister then in charge of the Pale Star's finances. Following the fall of King Mieczyslav's rule, he was the sole Fey Grand Duke to slip immediately and effortlessly into the ranks of the ministers in the Pale Star's royal court. So he didn't give a fuck about the king then, he just was there for himself. And when he realized that the king wouldn't win, he just switched sides immediately. Okay, that's fair. As such, some scholars believe that the failure of the Stygian Legion under his command to pursue battle at a critical moment was no mere accident, though this hypothesis cannot be considered supported by sufficient evidence. After the war, he was honored by Emperor Monomac, then already known as the Bailey Tsar, with the ceremonial tap of the long sword on his shoulder. So he got knighted. That's what that means. Okay. By the way, this isn't a very Snezhnaya name. For Snezhnaya Tsar, this is a very non-Snezhnaya name. You know? Kinda strange. Okay. Skull Dieter, sure. Known as the Deepwood Ball. Okay, so he can transform into a ball then. In the Volkov Chronicles, Grand Duke of this, under Mieczyslav's command, during the second campaign he proposed leading an elite vanguard to circle around to the rear of the Pale Star Court's forces. He planned to launch a surprise attack and force them into an ambush zone, while the main army would encircle said zone and strike. However, intelligence regarding this strategy was seized by a Fae who had infiltrated King Mejislav's army, Filipov, loyal to His Majesty the Emperor and most skilled in transformation techniques. So they had a spy. Okay. The Emperor adjusted his plans accordingly. Grand Duke Skolder this ending is fucking crazy. Why are there two Y's here? Well, let's just call him Scald, okay? Let's just call him Scald. It's gonna be way easier. Grand Duke Scald's surprise attack ironically led him to become deeply encircled by the Pale Star's royal army. The Pale Star forces trapped his, all the while destroying the arriving relief columns, causing King Mejislav's forces to suffer a catastrophic defeat in the second battle. The Grand Duke was then slain in this battle when His Majesty the Emperor's spear pierced his chest. Okay. Dude, the Tsar is a crazy good strategist. Holy fuck, okay. Vodyanoi, given the appellation the Lackland. The Lackland? That does not sound good. By the Volkov Chronicles, ruler of Dalegarde, forebear of all waterborn in the frozen lake, a warrior of unparalleled valor, yet a brute like no other, skilled in launching surprise attacks from beneath the ice. Towards the end of the second campaign, the Grand Duke of the Domovoy, Alvis, lured his legions beyond the frozen lake through cunning strategy, killed when the Emperor's spear pierced his chest. It's interesting that the Emperor himself is always delivering the final blow to the enemy commander. Interesting. Okay. Oh, the Emperor's spear. Those unfamiliar with the battlefield often question many descriptions in the battle accounts, including the records of him wielding it to slay the enemy commanders as the two armies fought it out. Do you think that Tsaritsa uses a spear like her father does? You know, could that be a thing? Actually, is there any weapon that the Archons are missing? Furina uses a sword, we have a catalyst, we do have we have two polearms by now. We do have a bow and a claymore, so I guess... But that would be a third polearm fucking Archon. I hope she doesn't use a polearm. How many polearm Archons can we have? Holy shit, man. Okay. Most skeptics typically argue that, given the size of the armies and the commanders, positions within their formations, it will have been almost impossible for the commanders to engage in direct combat amidst the chaotic melee. The following must be clarified. The Emperor's feat of piercing the enemy commanders with his spear did not occur as the result of a direct engagement. Rather, the spear was used as an arrow, launched with force unimaginable by common knowledge, piercing through the battlefield. So what you're saying is the Tsar has like a huge bow that shoots spears? Or does he just throw them? I guess launched can... I mean, no, it says used as an arrow specifically. So he has like a big ass bow or a crossbow or something that he shoots his spear with. What the fuck? That's insane. So I guess he never was on the battlefield. He was just like a rear person. That's insane though. Holy shit. That's so cool. I want the Tsaritsa doing that. That'd be sick. Okay. A sacred bloodline, the meaning of which is unknown. Emperor Monomac laid claim to the title Lord of all Fae, and as such he should have been of the same blood as the other fairies. It would seem that he merely used phrase as a means to establish legitimacy. Okay, and now we're continuing. No more annotations. the first year of the 799th cycle. We have skipped... How many? We were at 417 last, and we went to fucking 799? Okay. In the 4th month of this year, Anastasia Fyodorovna was crowned a Tsaritsa Volsnezhnaya. Yes. Many of the Fey princes did not come onto Snezhnograd to seek an audience with her. The Daleguard clan broke ties with Snezhnograd, for Emperor Monomac had passed away. Oh. So she took after her dad, and then everybody was like, yeah, I don't vibe with her, and just dipped. That sucks. Okay. That's many cycles later, though. Holy shit. I really wonder what the fuck is this calendar they use over there in Snezhnaya. Like, what the fuck is this cycle shit? Because each cycle has many years. So, like, how many years per cycle? Okay, in the second year of this cycle, the humans of Port Belvodi, sure, taking advantage of Emperor Monomac's demise, declared self-governance in the winter, rebelling against the Fey Princess. Grand Duke Drevogori launched an assault against them, but failed to secure victory. Okay. In the third year of the cycle, Tsaritsa Anastasia deployed troops to attack the forces of the independent government, occupying the territory of the Drevogori, Volkovan, and Sironurka. Yeah, sure, clans along the way, charging them with negligence and condoning rebellion. Their princely titles as rulers of these territories were revoked, their positions taken over by non-hereditary officials. Unlike Emperor Monomac, she did not muster the Druzhna, but rather established a force known as the Fatui. Okay, so this is the name of the previous, like, okay, army. It was they who conquered the lands of the Fey Princess. Grand Duke Revogori accused the Tsaritsa herself of treason and met the Fatui with his own forces. And there he perished. On the 10th day of the 3rd month, the Tsaritsa dispatched envoys to the port. They claimed the separatist forces and requested that they hand over the instigators of the rebellion, promising amnesty to all others. The request was accepted, and thus did the port escape being leveled. On the 23rd day of the same month, she then sent emissaries to all the Fey princes who had not yet come to seek an audience with her. She demanded they hand over all their authority, promising that they would retain their honorary titles as aristocracy. Many would pass on before they could make their replies, and those who remained accepted? Maybe accepted? I don't know. Thus did Tsaritsa Anastasia take control of the north. Interesting. Huh, that's very different than the Tsar did. The Tsar was just like a good ruler, so everybody wanted to be with him. She just forced them into it. No wonder nobody likes her. That's like the whole thing about the Tsaritsa. Nobody loves her as an Archon. Huh. In the 4th year of the cycle, the Tsaritsa bade the Fatui build a new fortress near Snezhnograd. The name would be Golpov, meaning the city of fools. Okay, in this year nothing happened. The 6th year, the Tsaritsa established the Snezhnograd Veshe to handle the administrative issues caused by the absence of the various princes. The human Joanna Ivanovna was appointed its first chairperson. Okay. In the 7th year, the Imperial Order Reformation Edict was published. The great many princely Fey, deeply grateful for the Tsaritsa's mercy and virtue, voluntarily forsook their noble titles and departed Snezhnaya. No, I think they just... This is bullshit. They just left because they didn't want to deal with her. There's no fucking way. Where did they go to, though? Where did they go? Huh. Interesting. Okay. I really like this. The annotations were very confusing to me with the numbers just popping up here. But this was a pretty cool... I like the more exposition for the Tsar. Because I feel like we didn't get much. Well, what I get from this book is that the Tsaritsa fucking sucks. Her dad was way better. This is all I'm getting out of this. But I'm really curious about this like calendar system they use over there in Snezhnaya. Because they use some weird cycle shit, and each cycle has multiple years. When was the first cycle and how many years per cycle? I hope we learn that one day, because that's like very fucking important for timeline building. And is the year as long as a normal year everywhere else in Tevat, or are they also like just different? This is weird. Okay. That was cool though. I like that. We learned a lot. Well, we have Vera's Melancholy. A fucking 12-volume book. I don't know what this is about. This has been in the game for a really long time. I believe. Yet I have never read it. And I think somehow that's actually perfect, because we got 2 more volumes. They were both found in the Temple of Space. Yeah, I actually got really confused when I picked up these books, because I didn't know how the fuck I had already 10 volumes of it. But it makes sense if I found them years ago. Okay, I don't know what this is about. I don't know who Vera is. I don't know. Let's just see what this is actually, because I'm kind of curious. Endless days in infinite worlds. What a starter. There are times when I think to myself, there's nothing to do in this tiny village. What a dull place to live. This wasn't the first time that Vera had complained about her hometown, the small country village of Delphi. Okay. Her frown eased slightly as she lay on the hillside near the village, eyes closed, feeling the breeze of the early summer. Then where is this world? Wait, where in this world you not consider dull? Or would you not consider dull? Her body Sachi asked curiously. Vera sat up and leaned forward. I believe on the other side of the starry sea is a planet inhabited by gods who can answer all prayers and wishes? Oh fuck, wait, this is already starting crazy. And everyone bearing a wish is on a journey to get there. I believe in our universe there is a world currently in a war against Doomsday, where the noble and elegant souls of 14 Valkyries burn bright, if only for a brief but magnificent moment. That's a crazy conspiracy theory someone has. So you don't know that this planet exists, you just believe that this very specific scenario is going on somewhere in space? Oh. 14 though. I would assume this is talking about Tevat, right? Actually, let me finish this paragraph. You've been reading too many of those weird fantasy novels. But this village really is dull. When was the last time anything fun happened here? Funny you should say that. A new family did move into our village recently. Novelty and fun aren't the same thing. Despite what she had said, Vera decided to pay a visit to the newcomers. Sachi, however, remembered his family's rules and walked back home for dinner. Huh. This really feels like, I mean, beyond the starry sea. Either this is written like Vera's supposed to be Tevatian and she's talking about something outside of it, which would be a big foreshadowing for like way in the future maybe, because we're talking 14 Valkyries. Let's try and put that toward Teyvat. Let's try to think that she's talking about Teyvat. The Doomsday part checks out, because we are in a constant war against the Abyss. Right? And actually, depending on when Vera said it, it could be talking about the Primordial One fighting the Nibelung or whatever. It could be about the Archon War, it could be about the Cataclysm 500 years ago. Many things check out with the word Doomsday. 14 Valkyries though. That number 14 doesn't really click with anything. We have 7 Archons. That's only half of 14. Who would be the 14 Valkyries? What the fuck is this about? Yeah, I cannot guess. Let's just keep going. This is literally just the first volume. Vera gave the door to the newcomer's abode a gentle push. Much to her surprise, it was unlocked. Anybody home? No sooner had the words left her mouth than the living room cupboard doors flew open, and out jumped a black-haired boy wearing glasses. He was followed by a tentacled blue slime. Huh. Make way. Tall, why did you let a stranger in? The black-haired boy gently pushed Vera out of his way and picked up an axe by the door. You leave me with no choice. Since you have seen everything, there's only one thing for it. Thus began the biggest crisis of Vera's life? So she saw a guy with a slime, and he decided to fucking kill her? Huh. I mean, blue slime, that sounds like a hydro slime. They don't really have tentacles. Unless you're Mona. Shout out to whoever got that reference. Anyway, okay, volume 2. My backyard is slightly bigger than the entire universe. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. All I can do now is ask you to help me. The black-haired boy who calls himself Ike handed Vera a kitchen knife. Okay, so he didn't kill her. Never mind. He walked back to the cupboard and began slashing at the tentacles frantically. Come and help me close this door. If a tentacle starts attacking you, use this kitchen knife to defend yourself. Ike's glasses were now covered in blue slime. Hurry, we can't let this evil demon cross into Delphi. Upon hearing his words, Vera helped Ike close the door. While they were pushing back the tentacles, Vera accidentally stabbed Ike twice in the back. Thankfully, Ike's healing spells were quite potent. What the fuck? How do you accidentally stab the guy? Oh man. Also, the closing the door so that evil doesn't cross over kind of reminds me of the movie Suzume. I'm actually glad I watched that movie. But this is like kind of similar. Okay, I shall explain everything to you. I am in fact over 1,000 years old, and this door is a gateway to anywhere in the universe. The tentacled monster is an old one from a large Magellanic cloud. Huh. I went there to get something. Ike was covered in slime from head to foot by this point. He wiped his glasses with Vera's dress as he spoke. What the fuck, bro? Is there anything else you'd like to know? Who's Tal? Vera didn't seem to mind. An evil spirit that resides in the man-devouring castle. What the fuck? It has served me as a butler since I subdued it. Strangely, it behaved quite friendly towards you. So Ike is like a person that hops between worlds. Between planets, right? That's gonna be. Because if he has a door that goes anywhere in the universe, like, why wouldn't you? Okay, I'm just gonna say this. The first thing that comes to my mind is, weirdly not the Traveler, but, Kleiner. Yeah, Kleiner, Alice's, husband. Well, I actually don't know if they are married. I mean, they have a child, but I don't know if they are actually married. I don't know if that was ever stated. We could count them. They have a child and they're in a happy relationship, but officially they might not be. I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking of Kleiner because he is currently outside of Teyvat. Like that's like his thing right now. Huh. And what did they call Kleiner? They called him the Seeker, right? He seeks for something. Okay. Let's keep going. Vera's parents always reminded her that people are destined to build families, and that it was futile to entertain dreams of anything beyond the homestead. Her buddy Sachi once told her that if a lively girl like her was to marry someone from a faraway land, the whole village would become unbearably lonely. Wait, okay. What if this is a story of Alice and Kleiner? Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. No, never mind. Because we literally recently learned that Nicole met Alice when Alice was still a child. So that wouldn't check out. Never mind. Okay, no. We need to change the idea here. It could still be about Kleiner, but probably not Alice at all. Wait, but... Fuck, now I'm on the Alice thing. If Alice met Nicole when she was still a kid, how did she get here to Teyvat? Because Alice always says that she's currently on Teyvat as a little vacation trip, which would imply that she's probably not from here. Because, like, going to your home, right? Like, that doesn't count as a vacation trip, really, right? I wouldn't call it that. Like, let's say that let's put it lower to, like, realism, right? If I live in Poland, this is, like, the place where I live in, right? But then I like, moved for something to... I don't know, I went to the fucking Spain for some reason, right? For, like, a couple years. And then I come back to Poland. Even if it's during summer and I have a break or whatever, I wouldn't call it going on a vacation. I'm just going back home for a little bit, right? So that would imply Alice isn't from Teyvat, because she wouldn't call it vacation. But then how the fuck did she get here as a child still? Who knows? Anyway, let's see. Okay, here. The world would become unbearably lonely. The real reason Sachi said this was that he was... Wait. The real reason Sachi said this was that he was something of a weakling and was sure to be ferociously bullied if he ended up having to play with the boys. So he just doesn't want her to go. Okay. The human spirit is still too immature. I need to guide you both through the wonders of your childhood. Ike extended his inviting arms to Vera. You will sing every step of the way on your long journey ahead. Okay. From the Orion Arm to the eternal Yahanam, from the torrents of time to the depths of the starry sea. Torrents of time, huh? Okay. How far is beyond? Any place in this universe is just as boring as my backyard, he said. The scale of everything beyond follows the heart, Ike replied. Thus my heart is slightly bigger than the entire universe. Oh. Wait, Vera... It says he said. I thought Vera was a girl. Yeah, it's her body, Sachi, so how is it he said? Unless it is still Ike saying this. No, but he replied here, so this isn't him speaking. But I don't think Sachi is here, so this must be a typo then, right? Okay, whatever. Let's go to volume 3. The man who stole the Lone Star. Okay. I am the second rightful heir to the Andromeda Empire. What the fuck? And I have more than 200 titles to my name. You shall call me the Princess Androbasilisks. Andromeda is like a real fucking galaxy. Like a real world galaxy. What the fuck? The charming girl then... What girl? Where are we right? What is going on with this fucking book, dude? The charming girl then crossed her arms, savoring the moment of her entrance in her mind and giggling to herself in amusement. Her sole reason for gracing Delphi with her presence was to marry Ike. Okay. If you, he who conquered a quarter of the universe, marry me, my safety shall be guaranteed after my elder sister takes the throne. If I may ask, how big is the Andromeda Empire? Vera asked. Where did this girl come from? What the fuck is... I reckon there are more than 9,000 inhabitable planets. With so many stars in your possession, why come to steal my brilliance? So you aren't here to harm Vera? Sachi cautiously asked Ike, who was carrying the scrolls and goblets of other planets. What is going on? I'm sorry, I'm so confused right now. Who are the people in these scenes? So Sachi is here somehow. I don't know when the fuck he came here. Vera's obviously here. Why is Ike now talking about the Andromeda Empire and marrying himself? Or is this princess just randomly fucking here? I'm actually so confused. Like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is happening? Okay. Of course not. I think she would make a great assistant. After putting everything down, he clapped his hands. You like her? Me? No, not at all. I don't like her at all. Sachi looked away, worried that the old sage might discern his true feelings. Old sage? Who? What is fucking happening? He reached for a box full of photo frames. He grabbed a few at random, each picture depicting a different beauty. Look at them. They all said that they gave me their one and only true love. But did they? In reality, I was just one of their many lovers. Sachi did not know when or where he had heard the saying, but it blurted out from his mouth in his moment of annoyance. With so many stars in your possession, why can't you steal my brilliance? What do you mean he doesn't know where he heard it? Someone here just said this. What the fuck is happening in this book? I'm so confused. Are these two separate things, or is like what the fuck is going on? What is happening in this book? It's like we're shifting from scene to scene with each fucking line. I'm actually so confused. The characters just pop in out of nowhere. What the fuck? All that glitters. That was the name of a Genshin patch before. Like a really old one. Anyway. The people in these photographs are all so pretty, Vera exclaimed as she picked up Ike's box of framed photos. Of course they are. Otherwise, they wouldn't have had the chance to leave me with a photograph to remember them by. Ike had no intention of evading. After all, he was a galactic sage who was over 1,000 years old. So of course he knew that girls were easily hurt. Sure. And that they would become... and they could become trouble very easily. Ike would thus never cheat a girl. Take notes, boys. What the fuck is this? Okay. Having seen the starry host, I thus make star-shaped jewels to remember them by. He continued to explain. But those stars that shine across the universe do not belong to anyone. So it is also impossible to steal them. Vera did not understand. What are you saying? I'm saying this for the sake of a foolish fellow who isn't present right now. Pay it no mind, humans are just far too young. Huh. I will serve as a go-between you and Ike, Sachi said to the princess of the Andromeda Empire in a loud voice. Huh? I love Vera, disgusting, boring, be silent worm. You are no offense to my... Oh, you are an offense to my ears. I've already acknowledged Vera as my friend. I will not hand her over to a cowardly person like you. What, is this a separate scene? Okay, wait. So what's happening right now? I'm guessing. In the same volume, we're getting a scene of Vera talking to Ike about some weird space shit. And then somewhere else in the town, Sachi's talking to some princess of Andromeda Empire. Just somewhere else, unrelated. What the fuck is happening? What is going on? This is so fucking weird. What the fuck? Can I fit... Oh, this one's longer. Roadside picnic. When Ike was taking a nap, his servants waged a terrible war against each other. The great wizard had subdued many gods and demons to serve under him. As the most formidable wizard of his day, Ike was in command of gods and demons more numerous than the entries in a dictionary. But who was the strongest of those under his rule? The gods and demons decided to find out for themselves through battle. Unfortunately, they seemed to have erroneously regarded as their own three were neither gods nor demons. The princess, Sachi, and Vera. Ike only slept for 2 hours, but in that time 3 stars had already been destroyed. That just sounds like Teyvat. You have gods fighting in a war to find who's the strongest. The Archon War, that was just many gods duking it out to become Archons. I'm not sure who the 3 would be, not gods and not demons. So they wouldn't be Archons, because Archons are... Actually, all the gods are named after demons. So it wouldn't be none of the gods. And it's 3 of them. And then the 3... Oh, wait, it's the fucking Moon Sisters. Right? Yeah, so Ike would be the primordial one in this scenario. Because he's sleeping... And as he's sleeping, everything is getting fucked. The gods are fighting and killing each other. And then the 3 moons, in this case stars, just so it's, you know, are destroyed. Because that fucking happened. This has gotta be an allegory to Teyvat. Is Sachi a girl or a boy? I don't know if I caught that. Because if Sachi is also a girl... Although I think they said it was a he. I don't know. I mean, it's still, if it's an allegory, it doesn't matter really, but... What the fuck? This just... I may be reaching, but so many things align here with, like, Teyvat. Okay. Why should I protect you? The princess pulled her hand away, and the giant demon plummeted to the ground, its eyeballs gone. The dominant race of the Andromeda Empire may look lovely and sweet, but on their palms grow 2 special mouths, which they use to devour the eyeballs of their lovers and those they vanquish? What? What the fuck is... You eat the eyes of your lovers. And your enemies. What the fuck? That's so weird. Are we not friends? Vera wiped the blood off her face and appeared to be hurt by the princess's words. I don't understand. It seems like all of these things are happening in different timelines. Like, it seems like a part of the fucking volume is talking, oh, this is the scene where she literally just met Ike and he's telling her stories, to then fucking God knows how long into the future where they talk to fucking intergalactic fucking princess. Like, what the fuck is happening here? Okay. Yes, the princess blushed and looked away. I already regard you as my only friend for what has happened. I was not referring to you, Vera. No, Sachi yelled as the gnarly jaws of a dragon closed around him. Do you surrender to me now? A giant dragon jeered? Surrender and concede that you are worthless lowly rats, and I shall let you live. I surrender, let me go, Sachi screamed. Why, a lizard of your despicable breed should know better than to utter such foolish words. Even the geckos in my palace could crush you. The princess gave her wrists a twirl. No, this has nothing to do with me, Sachi yelled as the dragon cast him into the sky. And just like that, the battle between the dominant species of Andromeda and the ancient giant dragon was over. What the fuck? Is the dragon Nibelung? What the fuck is happening in this book? I'm so confused. The mortal, you wouldn't get hurt if you just surrender. Sachi was knocked out of the contest and woke Ike up with the slap of a slipper. Vera also survived thanks to the protection of the princess. Ah, you imbecile! The mere sight of you is revolting. Do not come near me, don't talk to me, don't look at me, nor breathe the same air as me, you lowly scum. The princess could not have a lower opinion of Sachi. Who is the princess? Dude, I'm so confused by this book. Like, actually, not only are we like jumping from scene to scene that they all seem like completely unrelated, but it's like what the fuck is happening here? What is going on? Okay, volume 6 for every season. Though those things had indeed happened, they were occurrences on a galactic scale. Now something more mundane was about to happen. The date of the town festival was drawing near. Okay, I suppose it's finally my turn to introduce you two to this small town then. Vera said as she served the princess and Ike her very own braised dishes. Wait, if the princess was supposed to marry Ike? But like, no, I don't understand. This is weird. After all those things that had encountered in their galactic escapades had to be explained by the princess and Ike. If there was any knowledge Vera had to present to them, it was the knowledge of her hometown. Afterward, the great king's first messenger, the brave knight Huffman, strode west across 2 continents, crossing great oceans and rivers. As for the imperial sage, the witch from the east, she passed by her hometown on her road eastward, and then came by the land of the Nether. Thus they finally met here. Fuck. Ah, is that so? How interesting. Though she was trying hard not to let Vera notice that she did not in fact care for the story at all, the princess's acting skills required some work. So that can only mean that this place is the polar opposite side of the world from the great king's capital, right? Ike said, commenting on a seemingly unimportant aspect of the tale. That's true if you think about it. Vera rubbed the back of her head with a crooked smile. I've always said that I want to leave this place, but in the end, I discovered that this is the place that I'm most familiar with. Having come to this realization on the eve of the town's anniversary, Vera began crying right in front of Sachi's eyes. You numbskull, you made Vera cry! The princess made her entry with a flying kick, sending Sachi her... Sachi is just there. Like, he's just this like little guy, he's just chilling there and he's getting beat his shit out of by the princess. What the fuck is going on? Galaxy Wars. What? Okay, volume 8. We're actually cruising through this one. This one's actually kind of fun. I'm so confused though. Like, these feel like such like disconnected stories that just share the cast. But they kind of don't have anything to do with each other. Or I'm really dumb. Okay. Galaxy Wars. Reigniting a sun is not difficult. Yeah, sure, man. Huh. But I don't think the Andromeda Empire would like to see that happen, Ike said to the panicked Vera. Wait, they wouldn't want to see a sun reignited? Why not? Do you mean that the princess has kidnapped Sachi? Vera said with some shock in her voice after giving the matter some thought. How did you come to that conclusion? I'm saying that only the Andromeda Empire would be capable of kidnapping you and the princess. Ike then turned to face the innumerable lives that dwelled within the galaxy. What? He paused for a moment before declaring thus, Inhabitants of the galaxy, though I have came here upon the invitation of the High Sane King Lebanon to reignite the flames of the few remaining stars. It seems that the Andromeda Empire does not wish for your longevity and has thus kidnapped my friend. Are you then to put their lives over that of all life? Saint King Lebanon arose from her seat. If that is the case, then why then do I rule over these stars? Finally, the Saint King would charge into peril alone, defeat the assassins from the Andromeda Empire, and rescue both the princess and Sachi. Afterward, she had a few words with Ike. Huh. I didn't think you could defeat the dominant species of Andromeda, Ike praised. They're a strong and hardy race. I suppose it's true then that you defeated the Holy Dragon en route to becoming the Saint King. I am, in fact, the same Holy Dragon. I fused with Lebanon's flesh and blood, and now act according to her wishes. Huh? Ike was a little shocked by this. Ah, yes. Is that fellow the person the second princess is fond of? Then I barged in, they were... What? Oh, when I barged in, they were... What? Now that was a much bigger shock for Ike. So the dragon fused with the Lebanon guy. What the fuck is happening here? Huh. Also, I don't know when that happened. I said something about... Oh, I know when that came up. I was thinking about why the primordial one would be asleep. I was thinking about that. I don't think this is related here. I mean, maybe slightly. And I kind of thought about it like... We don't really know what happened to Nibelung after he was defeated by the primordial, right? Like, we know he lost, but like... How? Where is his corpse? What the fuck is going on, right? We don't know. And I was kind of thinking about the fact, like, what if they somehow fused, like, Nibelung with the primordial one? And the reason the primordial one is sleeping right now is to slow down his corruption from the abyss that Nibelung brought? I don't remember how I got to that thing, but somehow I ended up there. I don't remember what the context was or how long ago that was, but I said that once. And this kind of reminded me that the dragon fused with, like, the princess or whatever. I don't know, it's weird. Dude, this book is so fucking weird. What the I should have read that years ago. Okay. The girls themselves. Sure. I said it was a misunderstanding. She was about to eat me, Sachi explained. I don't think she was intending to eat you, Ike said, pushing his glasses up. Okay, the nerd. The dominant race of the Andromeda Empire have organs on the palms of their hands that allow them to capture and consume eyeballs. This is ridiculous. I've seen it before. Looks like some sort of lamprey. Sachi shivered a little as he said the last word. Let me finish. Ike wanted to touch his eyes, but wound up pressing his fingerprint into his glasses. I've done that before. Taking his glasses off, he touched his left eye. The practice of eating eyes has two meanings. Submission, he touched his right eye, and love. Sachi also began to rub both his eyes, thinking about which it was back then. Whatever the case, I don't think the princess really understands the difference. Those who submit to her Those things she conquers, those who love her, they're all the same to her. People who can't hurt her in an imperial succession battle. Ah, no wonder those Andromeda Empire assassins kidnapped her. 2 birds with 1 stone, eh? I'm not getting involved in their succession wars. I can only help you support her better. Okay. Hey now, we're not like that. I mean, doesn't she hate me the most? And what were the girls talking about at this very moment? That may yet be an eternal mystery. Huh. I'm so confused. So is Ike and Sachi girls? Are they, or is it... I don't know, I'm so confused about like what the fuck is happening. Okay. Death awaits in abyssal waves. Okay, we have abyss mentioned. As Vera and Sachi grew up, the chemistry between the 4 changed in subtle and inexplicable ways. Enough with excuses, Sachi said to Ike. Vera will not cease pursuing you even if you never reciprocate her feelings. Ike was a symbol of a faraway land. He stood for the unknown, for that which was waiting to be discovered. A brave bird would never nest there, but would be forever adrift in the winds of admiration. Ike retorted, no matter which way you look at it, being 1,000 years old makes you an elderly person. True, unless there's someone older than you. Then we are all well matched in age. The princess merrily chipped in on their conversation. When Sachi finally mustered the courage to declare his love, he met with the most dreadful fate. Remember the ancient sword that Ike and Vera received from the Old Ones when they first met? It was what Ike needed to propel destiny forward. But now Vera had her finger slit by its blade, and a malicious ancient virus sapped the life out of her. So Vera's dead? Because of a blade. You know what? Reading this now, in context with current day Genshin, I don't know when this book came out. I might check after we read it fully. But I assume this came out with the game's release, because you can find the pieces of this book in Mondstadt and Liyue. So it's probably been here since the very beginning. And now with a Mondstadt expansion, we got 2 more volumes, right? Interesting. Well, when we talk about the sword, I know that Sarita's plan has something to do with a sword. I think we had a name for the sword, but I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember the name of the sword. But it's like some sort of like myth, like real world myth. It's named after like a real sword. Okay. So Vera got slightly cut by this sword and fucking died. Okay. This is all your fault. Sachi grabbed Ike by the collar. If the tragedy had not happened, Ike would have laughed it off, for he was a gentle soul. But this time, he slapped Sachi's hand away. Don't you know how to rewind time? Please, do it to save Vera. Even the princess begged. You don't understand. Only the future can save the past, not the other way around. Ike bit his lip until blood came flowing down. What the fuck? A local myth speaks of a silver age, when people enjoyed a seemingly endless childhood that could last up to 200 years. This only meant their short maturity a pain to bear. To the others, childhood was long gone, but youth was forever beyond their reach. To be continued in Vera's melancholy, without Vera. What the fuck? What is going on here? This is so weird. I feel like this book has so many like hidden things that I'm just too stupid to connect to anything. With how many weird and disconnected stories this book is telling, I really feel like this whole book may be alluding to completely different, separated events in Teyvat's history. You know? Because there was something that sounded very much like the Archon War. They keep talking about some fucking people from others, like the Andromeda Empire coming in to kidnap someone. This is so, like, unrelated to anything. This whole book feels like a fucking anthology instead of a normal book. Right? So I feel like this could be all events that have happened in Teyvat at some point. What the fuck? Okay. Oh, now volume 10 is called Vera's Melancholy, which is just the title of the book. And this is where it ended for years. Because these literally just came out, so we'll see. To revive Vera, Sachi, Ike, and the princess embarked on a spectacular and thrilling journey that lasted 20 years. I love how the princess doesn't even have a fucking name. From battling Senor Inferno, okay, to slaying the Star Devourer. Okay. I don't know if this is a connection, but Star Devourer is a name of a Lord Ravager in Honkai Star Rail. Like legit, it just called the Star Devourer. He's like a weird worm thing. What the okay. Okay, well, sure. The trio had even rescued 2 galaxies and the Galaxy Empire, and eliminated 4 species of ruthless interstellar worms along the way. Worms? When Vera opened her eyes, she found herself in the arms of Sachi, now a hero of cosmic proportions. Where did they get her? So they killed just a bunch of like random things, and suddenly they have her? What the fuck is happening here? To the dominant species of Andromeda, 20 years was nothing more than a few seconds. The princess looked lovely as always, but her countenance was a curious mix of genuine happiness and loss. Sachi, having lost an eye in his adventures, was now a tall and strapping young man. His flowing tears soaked into Vera's shoulders. Though still prone to tears, he was no longer his feeble-minded self. The years had been kind to Ike, who after all this time still had the same old smile on his face. "I am but an echo of time," Ike said as he began his preparations. "As I've said, the past cannot change the future, for the predetermined rules of equilibrium are slightly more powerful than me. But the future, with its infinite possibilities, could save the world." Equilibrium, huh? This is okay. This volume 10 is so Honkai Star Rail coded. It's actually kind of crazy. Where the fuck were we? Oh, here. Okay. Ike transformed Sachi back into who he was 20 years ago, and time reversed itself to the day of their departure. What the everything seemed to remain unchanged between the four, though they realized that the innocence they once shared was one thing that could never return. "I am sorry for depriving you of your childhood," Ike said to him. "Now go, the youth that you deserve awaits. I have witnessed every wonder in the universe for your sake, and this was how my childhood ended." Sachi summoned every last ounce of his courage as he stood before the girl of his destiny. "I will never reach my youth without you by my side." What will her answer be? Editor's note: the author of Vera's Melancholy is now off living the high life with the royalties from the first 9 volumes. If you happen to see him in your corner of the universe, please help us to impress upon him the urgency with which we require the next volume. What the fuck is this book, man? Like, what is going on here? So this is where it ended for presumably years. I'm gonna check it now before we get to the final two. Let me go to the Genshin wiki. I'm gonna go to the wiki and I'm gonna see when this book came out. Okay. Vera's Melancholy. There we go. So, the first 10 volumes. So yeah, you have Mondstadt's Library. A few different ones. Good Hunter has one. The Grandmaster's Office. Dawn Winery. Okay, so the first 10 are just in Mondstadt. That's it. And then the 11th and 12th are in the Temple of Space. For some fucking reason. So I presume... Wait, change history. Let's see. Okay, so version 1.1 added the 4th, 6th, 7th, and 8th volume. And version 1.0 had the rest. So there was a couple missing. So yeah, this book has been here since the game came out, basically. And now magically, literally a few days ago, we got 2 more volumes of this thing. What the fuck? Okay. Let's see what the fuck is this. Why is this in the Temple of Space? I don't know. But let's see what this is. The beast calling out for love of the heart of the world. Of course the story had to be set in Delphi. How else was I supposed to make good on the title of the final volume? Wait, but there's another volume after this. What the fuck? Every day was a celebration, and every day a festival. For the boys and girls who were young no longer, nothing remained but the endless flow of happy time. Alone in his estate, Ike sat, nursing a glass of apple juice. A knock came from Princess Andrew Basilisk. Oh yeah, that was her name. Never mind, I forgot. Al, the evil spirit and butler of the manor, winced. A painful memory of its front teeth, otherwise known as the front doors being kicked wide open, swam to mind. Ultimately caught between its master's orders of "I want to be alone, don't let anyone in," and the prospect of its teeth throbbing in agony, it decided to let its master fend for himself. Fortunately, Ike did not blame it this time. The silent boy, that fragment of time itself, poured the princess a glass of apple juice. Wait. You're saying Ike is the fragment of time itself? He did reverse time in the previous volume. Is he like a Istaroth person? Like a child of Istaroth of some kind? Kind of like Venti has her powers and all that? And apple juice. I'm pretty sure Venti likes apple cider too, right? I mean, he likes alcohol in general. That's almost apple juice, just, you know. What do you plan to do? The fact that Ike was actually taking a proactive interest in her affairs was a rare sight indeed. I took the very eyes from Sachi's head. Even with new ones put back in, even if time itself were turned back, I could never ever love another. Wait, what? But what the fuck? The princess swirled her glass. In all these broken shards of time, is there really no ending meant for me? Would you truly reach across the branches of possibility to steal joy from the other versions of yourself? I suppose you're right. In that case, I'll wait. I'll wait until Vera grows old and finishes her happy little life. After that, I'll tie Sachi up and take him back to the Andromeda Empire. What the fuck are we doing? What? Okay. Sachi had already undergone countless augmentations and signed the contract of infinite great beings. He could only pretend to grow old. He would spend old age acting out youth, knowing all too well what real youth once gone is gone forever. That answer eases my worries a little. After a long silence, Ike spoke again. With the operation, the echoes of time have multiplied. Somewhere in the universe, there may now be another me. I must find him, duel him, and merge our souls back into one. What the fuck is happening? Why is there two Ikes and they have to fight and merge? I see. They tapped their glasses together. The princess finished the last of her drink, then closed the door and left. Under the full moon and the starry sky, Ike went for a walk. From the hills he looked down at Delphi. Suddenly he took off his glasses and wiped away his tears. I love you all. I love all of you. That echo of time shouted the words at a deafening volume. It rang loudly through time itself, a sound so thunderous that throughout the vast universe and into the depths of forever, his proclamation was the only thing to be heard. But this was Delphi, neither the center nor the heart of the universe, only an ordinary town. The night wind carried his shout away, and soon it vanished among the lights of happy homes and the dawn of human youth. This one was even weirder than the previous 10. What the fuck happened? Okay, the final volume. A plea for love from the heart of the world. It wasn't long before Sachi and Vera were old enough to be engaged. The day of their wedding was already drawing near, but then Ike sought Sachi out with a warning. This universe is on the brink of destruction. We need you for one more adventure, just like the old days. But then Ike saw the engagement rings on their fingers, and he shook his head. No, I had forgotten. You are only a mortal now. He turned to leave, but a hand caught his shoulder. Be honest, how much do the odds change without me? Ike took off his glasses and polished them. I've plenty of familiars now. Your help wouldn't make much of a difference. You still wipe your glasses every time you lie. Ike sighed. You're the finest interstellar warrior I've got. Without you, our chances drop by nearly a third. Then count me in. If the universe falls, Delphi and the Virgo Nebula and Vera too, they will all disappear. I must save the world. Hello, Cody. What the fuck is going on here? I thought Ike reversed time, so the rest doesn't remember anything. So why does he like... What is going on? When did Vera lose her desire for adventure? Perhaps it happened the moment what was lost was returned. People say Delphi is the heart, the center of the world. And people say I love you, but they're just words until they are proven. Someone has to set out alone. Someone has to cross mountains and rivers, sail across oceans, walk through forests and scorched sands, and see every rose the world has to offer. If, after all that, they still find their way back to you, only then is it proven that the world is round, that this place is its heart, and that they truly love you. I mean, if the world is round, then anywhere is the center or whatever. The seasons turned, and the wait became a great long silence. But Vera lived in that silence, still believing that Sachi was on his way back to her. Since the world had not ended today, it meant that somewhere in the corner of the universe, her friends had succeeded. They must have saved the world after all. I love you all. I love all of you. And so Vera whispered, a soft plea for love, rising from the heart of the world. What the fuck happened with the last volumes? The fuck? So volume 10 ended with a cliffhanger, kinda. And like, what the fuck? So, okay, her answer was yes, because they did get married at the end. But like, what the fuck is this book? What is actually happening in this book, man? What the fuck was all of this? There were so many like weird, what I assume are like allegories to Tevat, but then they talk about grander universe as a whole. And then, what the fuck? What the hell did I just read? Like what? I don't know, man. What the fuck was that? I mean, it was fun. I'm not gonna lie. That second book was pretty cool. The first one I also liked because some exposition for the Tsar was pretty cool. And showing that the Tsaritsa is really a bitch, just like we all knew the whole time. Pretty cool. But the second one, like, what the fuck was that? So what, you had a book in the game since the game came out, and then fucking 5.5 years later, they add 2 more volumes. They don't fucking help with anything. Like, what the fuck is going on? What? What the hell were people waiting for? 5.5 years. I guess I was lucky enough that I just read the whole book now and I haven't read it before. Because I got that full thing at once. But like... what the fuck? What is going on? You know, I'm kind of afraid, because obviously books are something that I haven't read all of them. In fact, I read very few. A couple of them I read indirectly through like lore videos on YouTube. Like the ones that clearly... I mean, we did reread Bamboo Forest before Zebai came out, so I actually read this whole thing. But ones that I definitely remember somewhat through like lore videos and stuff is Perrin Harry. What else? Men of Lithin. And what? Here we're kinda where I started reading. Anything that came out in Not Cry I did read. I mean, the Boar Princess gets referenced very often, so I kinda get it, I think. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be definitely reading anything new that comes out. And if it happens to be a missing volume of a previously released book, then I will just read the full thing, because, you know, because I probably haven't read it. But like, I don't really like reading that much to the point where I want to reread all the books that I missed. Or I guess not reread, but read for the first time. Because there's a lot, you know, there's a fuck ton. But yeah, I think with this, we have read everything that I was missing. I did read the artifacts. I read the new weapons. We did read the books now every single book. Yeah, I guess we read everything in Starbucks. I know, in Genshin. Yeah, that is true. I did read everything in Starvale too. Though I read Starvale off stream, which maybe I will change that. But the problem with Starvale readables is that a lot of them literally just don't fucking matter at all. Like, you will have some, like... When Plain Arcadia came out in Starvale, a lot of the books were just, like, legal code about fucking Imagine. And it's like, I assume most people don't give a fuck. Some of them are funny. There's some funny things. So maybe I will be reading them on stream from now on. Even though there's quite a lot coming every fucking patch. We'll see how it goes. With Starvale readables, we'll see. Is there anything else to do in Genshin? I don't think so. We did the Stygian. There's no events right now, so... How long till the second half? Because we're getting an event. Oh, fuck. It's still... Oh, man. Okay. That's a long time. I actually don't know. What is the event? What is the flagship event nowadays? I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. Fuck, wait, actually, I need to check. I actually fucking forgot. That's not the website I wanted to go to. Wait, let me check. Let me check real quick. Luna 6 highlights. Where events? Is it this? Oh yeah, it will be like the Not Cry thing. Yeah.
Where do we
I
come
remember
from?
now.
And where are we going?
But we are still quite ways away from that. Oh, okay. Little lag because I closed the browser. Do we have anything to do? We haven't even been live for 2 hours, but I don't really have anything to do. Yeah, like really, just kind of nothing. Like I don't want to end the stream, but like I don't want to just sit here. You know, like there's nothing we can do. There is the Zenless event, but I presume the story isn't fully out because I'm pretty sure it's the event with like Premia in the story, if I remember correctly. So I would like to do it all in one go, and I assume it's just not fully out. So we will wait for that. Yeah, I guess that's it. I might end the stream, and I'll go edit the world quest video because I haven't done that yet. I might use my time on that. So yeah, I guess a short stream today. I really have nothing else to do. So I will see you guys tomorrow with whatever the fuck we will do. We'll find out. But for now, that's it. Bye bye. Bye bye bye.